What's up, guys? So I finally got around to reading my Aliens Omnibus, and it is awesome. Stay tuned. So what we have here is a collection of Aliens miniseries that was originally published over at Darkhorse Comics from 1988 to 1992. Now, if you're a fan of the films at all, this is definitely for you. If you want to expand on that Aliens universe, this is where you come to. Let's check it out. Guys, an awesome way to support this channel is by checking out that site right there where you could pick up my self-published comics or children's books, get them directly from Amazon starting at only a few bucks, either digitally or paperback. So what we have here is an awesome mixture of Aliens miniseries originally published by Darkhorse Comics, which started in 1988, as well as some other standalone Darkhorse Presents issues and a couple other short-lived series that we'll discuss. As I understand it, Marvel has purchased the rights to Darkhorse's Aliens content, and they are going to be releasing them in omnibus format. In fact, there are 2 more Marvel omnibus ready to release within the next year alone. So, attempting not to spoil anything, I'm going to talk about each miniseries briefly and show you some of the artwork. This is the first miniseries now. At the start of it, we have a note that states the first 3 series from 1988 to 1990 feature movie characters Newt and Hicks, which has contradicting information because these characters actually died in the 1986 film Aliens. So forget about some of the things you know from the Aliens movies. Some stories have some familiar characters while others don't. This story is probably one of my favorites, written by Mark Verheiden and illustrated by Mark A. Nelson. The longest running series consisting of 6 issues. It's about main characters Hicks and Newt. Hicks has survived a previous alien encounter. His face has some acid burns. He is then coaxed to go on another related alien mission. Newt is stuck in a mental hospital where she is kept beyond her will. She suffers PTSD from her previous alien encounters and is constantly kept drugged by the hospital staff. Later, she joins Hicks on his mission, and the story progresses from there. This story then progresses in a linear fashion into the next 2 Aliens miniseries. Next is the 1989 Aliens miniseries, also written by Mark Verheiden, now joined by artist Dennis Bovis. Continuing on with our story of Hicks and Newt, some amazing artwork here, maybe the best in the book. A lot of the stories in here are about a group of military individuals trying to get a hold of the aliens to experiment on and try to control them and use them as a weapon, similar to some of the storylines in the movies. Next up is Aliens Earth War, consisting of 4 issues, again written by Mark Verheiden and artist now Sam Keith. The art style now has changed dramatically but is still quite pleasing. A nice detailed but gritty appearance, looks like a 1980s cartoon, less gory than the previous series. We finally get the return of Ripley, which contradicts the films, but no worries, this is some great storytelling here, with the aliens taking over Earth, hence the title Earth War. Next, we have an awesome 2-part story from Darkhorse Presents, number 42 to 43, about a group of people looking for treasures in this alien-infested pyramid. Scripted by Anna Burnett and art by Paul Gunman. Really enjoyed this story, a fresh start with some new characters. Doesn't last long, but some great storytelling and art. Then we have some other entertaining standalone issues that are also quite good. One issue has no dialogue at all, actually. Now we have a departure from the usual Alien stories and characters with a story called Aliens Genocide, written by John Arrucci and penciled by Damian Willis. Different writer now as well. Interesting story about drugs made from the Queen Alien's goo sack that humans consume and are addicted to. A group of military personnel travel to the alien homeworld to try and retrieve some. Things go horribly wrong as expected. There is an odd mutation happening on the planet, turning some aliens into a new red breed, and are in conflict with the original black alien. Very cool story, great characters as well. Loving the art style, also feels very cartoonish, nice use of colors. Next up is a very unique story called Aliens Hive, written by Jerry Prosser and art by Kelly Jones. 4 issues in total, has to do with a group of people who create a synthetic alien to infiltrate an alien hive for various reasons. Very interesting, unlike any story told before in the Aliens universe. Great group of characters, including a unique android and a dog. Some very nice artwork as usual and a interesting story twist. Very cool. Then we have Aliens Tribes, a written story with some artwork on the side, written by Steve Bissett and artist Dave Dorman. I couldn't get into it personally, not sure if it fits into this book. It wasn't for me, but you may enjoy it. Some very beautiful artwork to enjoy nonetheless. Next, we have another phenomenal story coming back to some of our familiar characters like Ripley, Newt, and Hicks. This one's called Newt's Tale, written by Mike Richardson and penciled by Jim Somerville. It's pretty much a retelling of the Aliens film from 1986, with some plot left out of it, as well as some stuff added. For example, we get to see the past events of Newt's parents and what happens to them, which is cool because it's not in the Aliens film. Absolutely jaw-dropping artwork, some of the best in this book. Very clean and dark blue colors, similar to the film contrast. A total of 2 issues here. Then we get Aliens 3, which is, you guessed it, a retelling of the Aliens 3 film, written by Stephen Grant and penciled by Christopher Taylor. A departure from the previous Aliens films, but a very enjoyable film as well as comic adaptation. Follows the events of Ripley after the 1986 film. I very much enjoyed the adaptation, not crazy about the art style, but it is okay. It has its moments. If you've seen the film, you know what to expect here. It's pretty straightforward. And finally, we have Alien Space Marines number 1 through 12, written by Dan Jolly and art by Norman Felchel and Mark McKenna. I didn't care for much of this story, mainly because of the format it's in. That really bothered me. It is very difficult to read. Like I said, this omnibus is solid, with about 85% being really good and about 15% being not so good. Here are some extras now. If you are an Aliens fan, you want to expand on that universe, there's no other better place than right here. If you made it to the end of this video, congratulations, because it is one of my longer ones. If you're into this content, you want to support the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything, and we'll see you next time.